1.
Hi. Howdy.
Hi.
Hello.
I don't know why I was trying to go for Stitch there.
That's a good one. Hi.
Oh, wow. This is what happens when we do podcasts at night.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Oh, in the night.
We get a little gnarly.
I don't think we've done one at night before, have we?
We did beginning, yeah. It's more like afternoon.
Is that where we filmed it again and again?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Maybe we drink wine.
If there and a cheese board.
Wine and a cheese board.
Mm-hmm.
Now
I remember.
Now we got water and salmon coming. So, guys, there's a new couch.
Yay!
Don't mind
I
it.
didn't even notice.
Don't mind it.
Until she said something.
It's cozy. It's not green, which feels a little wrong.
It's brown,
but
it's very professional.
I think what I'm going to start doing is like getting something green to put it over there next to Maddie, like a little tree.
Like and then green pillow?
Yeah, a green pillow. But I also have the You're Doing Great Bitch, which I still have not put up, which is a green poster that I have, which is great artwork. And I still have the artwork that you gave me that I haven't.
The middle finger one?
Yep.
That's a good one.
This is just going to be a whole wall of
profanities,
curse words, which I'm like,
I think
I was like, when do I grow that?
No, I don't think you did.
I don't think I did.
I think that's something you want to keep in your closet.
Segue!
Mm-hmm.
But no, I literally was like, is this too young for me to have? But you know what? This is like my sanctum, especially like this is where I do my therapy. And it's funny because the wall, like if I could show you the wall that they see is my accolades, like accolades. What did I fucking say?
It's fine.
My accolades are like along the wall. You see a calendar and then you see me. So that's what my patients see. And then what I'm looking at is this wall. So if it just says You're Doing Great, but it's just going to be like the affirmations I feel like I need to get through the day.
I have the same thing on my patients can see my, my diplomas. And then on the other side, it's the poster that says keep your head high and your middle finger higher.
That's amazing.
And I'm like, all right, I needed that.
Even better. So yeah, I think it's going to happen. I just, putting holes in new walls
can
hard. Feel a little scary.
It can be scary.
It's
a really uncomfortable change to make.
Changes. Segue. No, but speaking of, obviously, we are in the season of April. We cut it a little close.
Yeah.
We cut it a little close with this episode. We're like one a month. The very end of the month.
But we still did it.
We're here.
We're honoring that.
We are honoring us and what we say and holding ourselves accountable for ourselves and for you guys because we love this podcast. Mm-hmm. But we wanted to kind of honor the season.
Spring.
That tends to bring this spring cleaning effect. Mm-hmm. This like, okay, just like kind of the new year.
Yep.
New year, new me type of thing. Sometimes the spring can bring this, April showers bring me flowers. But this sense of, we're coming out of our cage and we've been doing just fine.
Yep. That's a good, what song is that?
What? What?
I know it's a song. What song is that? I've been coming out of my and I've been doing just fine, right?
Yeah, keep going. Just, I'm going to let you. Keep going.
I'm Mr. Brightside. Okay.
You didn't need me.
Okay.
You didn't need me.
It's the evening. I just taught a class. I'm still wearing my workout clothes underneath this.
She just slaughtered some individuals in the spin room. Yep. And now she's here to comfort our minds.
Yeah, it's a podcast. But yes, I know the song.
I'm going to love creating a reel for that whole Mr. Brightside segment right there. But nonetheless, yeah, so we are going to be focusing in on kind of what it means whenever we've been cleaning and we like to really focus on certain areas of our life. But what are you not taking care of? What are you kind of avoiding? What are you maybe in denial about that might need some attention?
What are you keeping versus what are you getting rid of?
Yeah.
What's
the intention behind that?
Yeah. Have you even opened the door to look inside your closet? Have we kept it closed? Like, is it like that hall closet that like when you open it, shit just starts falling out?
Are we looking at the closet with like a mental filter and we're like, oh no, this is good for me, right?
Is it like super overly organized, but it's like hiding some yucky stuff, right? Like, What does your closet look like, guys?
Yeah. Is it like overly controlled and everything is color coordinated?
Mm-hmm.
And hey, again, it's totally fine if it's color coordinated.
We're just looking at what it says about you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, how does your hall closet look?
Yeah. And, recognizing that sometimes when we get into this spring cleaning mode, we can hold ourselves more accountable for things. And yeah, just recognizing new seasons sometimes have us holding on to things from the past that we feel like are right and things that we don't need to let go of, when that's sometimes not the case.
Like, think about how, I don't know how it is for you guys, but when I try to get rid of clothes, I have this like weird attachment to some of these clothes where I'm like looking and I'm like, okay, I haven't worn this in 3 years, but I will wear it one day. And there are a lot of things about our identity and maybe habits we have, narratives we hold that we look at and we go, yeah, this is like not applicable for the last 3 years of my life. But like for some reason, I just really don't want to let it go.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and it's like that
absolutely.
top that you just really struggle to get rid of. You guys? I'm serious. Like I will sit
die
there,
in a crop top, Maddie.
Right. I'm like, I'm 31 and I will continue to wear my crop tops. I don't care.
Oh my gosh, my dad's voice in my head. You're 32.
Yeah. And you're still wearing crop. I'm like, yeah, I am.
Yes.
I'm not willing to let go of that. Right. Anyway, the point is, what are some things that like about you, narrative? Well, I mean, we'll kind of get into it, but
No, yeah. So you said narratives, old rules that we used to take, maybe coping strategies that worked then that maybe aren't applicable now.
Yep.
And then also recognizing relationships that fit who you were and not who you are or who you're planning on becoming or goals.
Environments that you're still in that are not applicable or
Yeah.
aligned with your values and where you're at in your
goals.
life, right? Like, I know I was being silly and talking about clothes, but that's what we're doing today
No,
is we're
You have to make it lighthearted.
Yeah.
It's Therapist Unhinged.
yeah, we're looking through the closet of your brain today, baby. Let me look through your brain closet.
I love that.
Your
brain
closet.
Well, because I think I've said it on the podcast before. I was like, let me in. I'm the flashlight.
Yes, shine
Take
the
me
light.
into the corners of your closet. Shine a light into here.
Well, today
it's funny because you bring people will bring you to a space, but I'm like, hey, go back.
Yeah.
Like, let's go back. No, it's okay.
Go back to the closet.
I was like, let's go back to that corner
Yeah.
that you passed over really fast.
Yeah, and let me be. What is her name? Maria Conduit, the organizer lady.
Oh my God, no! Is this like a social media thing?
It's. I know you guys. Somebody's got to know what I'm talking
Someone
about.
probably does.
I'll have to look up her name, but she's like this famous organizer who goes in and helps people. Hold on.
Pause for a moment.
Japanese organizing consultant and author known for the KonMari. Excuse my
KonMari method.
KonMari method. Excuse my
We could be butchering
pronunciation.
that. Please correct us if we need to be.
Which involves
decluttering by keeping only
items that spark joy. Guys.
Okay, maybe, we needed this information before we started.
The
This is so
life-changing magic of tidying up. And she has a Netflix show.
good. Okay.
Oh, this is amazing.
You know what? This is a great recommendation right here.
Yeah.
I was like, we're going to go ahead and link this somewhere.
She's a leader in decluttering and organizing, has shifted her focus towards cherishing items and managing home life after having children, embracing a more relaxed, organized life rather than constant tidying. This is so applicable to what we're doing today. So, it's Marie. I'm sorry. Anyways.
No, I think that was so cute. And I think that's actually very, actually about your closet.
Right.
But I think that that's so good.
Yeah, I did not know her name. It's Marie Kondo, if I'm pronouncing that right. Anyways, that's what we're doing today.
Okay.
But therapist
version of it. Maybe we can start our own show.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, I'm Maddie, LPC.
And I'm Taylor Moore, LPC. This is
Therapist Unhinged
podcast.
And that was the most unhinged backwards intro for you.
There's not a rhyme or reason sometimes. And it's nighttime.
It's just how it was supposed to happen.
But no, I think to your point, I think that there are things that we can really dive into with this topic. But I think that there are other applicable places that, we can really declutter and really start to kind of hone in with intentionality.
Yeah.
And recognizing that, sometimes the work can really just feel like, oh, it's just focused on trauma work. It's focused on this. But sometimes it's saying, what are we not letting go of?
Right.
What are we refusing to declutter or let move on from.
We're very attached to maybe these roles or these versions of us or these parts of us. And I guess if we want to kind of get into it a little bit, let's start with this. A lot of us are carrying versions of ourselves, that we needed at one point.
Yeah, like how did you survive an environment, and what coping strategies did you develop during that time? Or even just kind of attitudes, or even, like you said, roles that you fell into. But also, again, steaming off of that, what traits got rewarded? Like what helped you kind of, like I said, survive, but also what was instilled? Like this is good
Yep.
behaviors. This is how I should be.
Let's you want to name off some roles or some things that we take?
Maddie's favorite, people pleaser.
Love this one.
Maddie's personal favorite, people pleaser.
There's many, right? People pleasing is one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a caregiver, the parentified child,
The fixer,
the fixer,
the scapegoat.
oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
The well, like you already said, fixer. I was going to go that way, but I think also I'm struggling.
Let's do like hyper independent one.
Oh yes,
right. The hyper independent one. The easygoing one. Right.
yeah.
The one who
Go with the flow
go
person.
with the flow. Right. The a lot of us talk. You already said parentified inner child.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I think those are some of like the most solid.
Yeah, those are the ones that kind of come to mind. Obviously,
Yeah.
that you could go off on a tangent with this one.
So many different versions and parts, but those are the.
And some of them are very similar. Like you think about like the hyper independent person, and then that's someone who can be also just completely detached, or like cold. So there's ways that you can kind of express these things. But I think that there are roles that you fall into in a family dynamic, in a relationship dynamic, and they worked because they helped you survive. They helped you keep that person. They helped you keep out of conflict, or it helped you, just exist.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Really, if we kind of look at these in a little bit more depth, there's like people pleasing, or one off of that, the low maintenance friend who actually isn't very low maintenance and has many needs.
It's kind of crazy though.
Right? Like these are all things that we did at one point in our life, many years before we decided to open up our closets and take a good look at them, that kept us safe and that gave us some sort of like benefit in the moment.
Yeah. I think that one of the things that you can recognize when these roles are kind of expired, I guess is a good way to say it, is where are you at now with them? I'll kind of go back to the people pleasing one.
That's my favorite.
Where it's like, this worked for you at a point in time.
Right.
And not to call you out.
No,
but
please
like,
do.
This worked for you at a point in time. But now it's saying, why am I feeling so exhausted lately? Why am I feeling not seen or heard or understood fully?
Yep. Because
by
it's
people.
Still working really hard.
Yeah, it's working really hard, and it makes you feel exhausted emotionally. It makes you feel not seen or heard by others because that part is working and it's not giving you that safety or gratification like it used to.
Oh yeah. And I'm like, I've talked about this part of me for a long time. It's one that I have worked on. I still got to work on. I work on for a little bit and then I have to go back to working on it some more. It's also one that I'm like, I like you. Right. I'm like, you know what? You're destroying me slowly, but please,
killing me softly.
but please stick around because I simply fear letting you go. Yeah. Which is like let's normalize that for many of you who probably have parts that you're unwilling to let go of, or versions of you, or things that like feel really scary to let go of. It's that point where you go, I can hold both of these truths. Like, I'm not ready to let this go. And also I see that it's not serving me very well. Yeah. Right. And that's kind of like why we're talking about what we're talking about today. So I'll try really hard not to sit here and let Taylor give me therapy for this next, because she very well could.
It's like calling you out. But it's like, and again, it's not just you. Like you talked about the hyper independent person, like me, hi. But I think the main thing that we're kind of going into is we understand that it worked at some point, but was it ever meant to be permanent for you? And I think the big ask is, what did you become to get through what you were getting through? And did you get through that? And now are you staying in that out of habit?
Right. Yes. The answer is yes. So let's pause for a minute. And I want you guys, listener, to think of for a minute
With that question.
that question. What role, what narrative, what identity, what part of you are you hanging on to that maybe isn't necessarily applicable or working for you anymore, but maybe feels really scary to let go of?
Yeah.
So think
And whether
about
you
it.
want to pause us, like you can definitely pause us.
Right.
I know that we're going to continue talking,
Right.
but like take a moment, think through that through. Because that's what we would do. We would let you sit in silence if you were, this is a therapy session. Not a therapy session though, but we would let you kind of sit with that question. And again, take this and journal with it. Talk to your therapist about what showed up there for you, because don't just leave that in the void.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah. Use it. This can't be your therapy session, but it can absolutely provide maybe some education for you, and maybe it could spark a little moment for you to go, ooh, this could be some work for me.
And maybe this is like the first time we're like, oh, okay, I didn't even know this was a thing. Of
Right.
course I want to address this. Like, let's do this.
Right.
But I also want to ask you, if you've kind of known that this has been there, why haven't we like approached it more? Or
Right.
why have we maybe been in denial about it?
Right.
Or maybe why letting go has been so scary and maybe feels so bad, and you just don't want to feel that emotion. You don't want to feel bad. You're avoiding it.
Can we also pause on that word? Like, we hear letting go so often, right? Just let it go.
Slap me happy. That was good.
Yeah, it's a cute word. It's a cute idea, but like, let's be so for real, you guys. In practice, letting something go feels like,
Triggering. Oh, wait.
right.
Maddie
Activating.
Maddie doesn't like that word.
Yeah, it feels activating. It activates. It's yeah, because really what that is I'm not just letting something go. Like, I will probably be grieving this thing, right? Because I not only let this
Grief,
like people
yes.
pleasing go, I have to let go of the safety it's provided me,
Yep.
the comfortability of this, the predictability of knowing exactly what this part is going to do for me and what I get out of it. It is so uncomfortable to let go of these things, which is why so many people don't do it,
because they think that's wrong. Like, they're like, oh, this is destabilizing me, or this is
right.
Yeah.
Right. Or I don't have time for this. That's my golden one. Mine's like, you know what? I really don't have I don't have time for this shit.
Yeah.
Right. And that's me as a therapist calling myself out for you guys.
Mine is stability. I've
Yeah.
always been fearful of like
rocking the boat.
Yeah.
Right. Like this is manageable. I can be exhausted. What happens if I feel unsafe?
Yeah.
Right. Ugh. Right. Which really is like, there's the work is you got to rewire what safety really is.
I think like a very powerful thing though is recognizing too that we can sometimes feel discomfort from this role, but sometimes what we do associate with that role is the meaning behind it, like what it like meant for us to go through that. So maybe there's like a little bit of romanticizing kind of going on of it too.
For sure.
But I think to that point too, we fall into these roles, we stick with them because they feel like they're aiding us in some way still. We recognize if exhaustion comes into play,
right?
Or we're recognizing if it doesn't fit us anymore. And if you're able to identify that, kudos, because that's a big, powerful step.
100%.
But then that next thing is saying, hey, change is uncomfortable. So if you're recognizing that, hey, I'm feeling uncomfortable about changing this, then that's where it's saying, hey, that's the hard work.
Yeah. Well, and uncomfortability, it's unfamiliar. Uncomfortable does not mean wrong, does not mean bad, even if it feels like it.
It means new.
New.
And I think that that's something we really wanted to focus in on with like this kind of whole idea of spring, because like you think of like the winter, like you think of like dead trees, you think of just kind of like this area of new growth is allowed. So we really wanted to kind of hone in on something that, you know, it's not always this spectacular topic or this huge revelation.
Right.
Sometimes it is just saying like, hey, like you have some stuff that you haven't necessarily been looking into. And it could just be that coping skill or that role or that identity or these kind of relationships you fall into naturally because it used to be a part of you. That might be something that you might need to focus in on and change.
Sure. And we don't have to also like, if I nerd out constantly around parts work. It's probably my favorite thing to do. form of therapy, but we're not saying that these parts or these roles or these things are bad or ill-intended,
Yeah.
right? Like they are absolutely, we're never like, hey, I'm out to, harm you. They were there because they helped you.
Yeah.
In some form, in some way. They got you through a really, really bad time. And what the problem is when we're no longer in that time,
Yep.
they don't necessarily do the same thing that they did at that one point, right? Like
Exactly.
it may have helped you in that moment. We're not there anymore.
Yeah.
So it's if it goes unchecked and that role, that narrative is in control, well, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah. Well, I think that kind of like, yeah, exactly. It circles back to kind of like, are you romanticizing the past?
Yeah.
Are you living in that moment still and you need to, like, you feel like you need to, because maybe you're recognizing that there might be some need for closure, like validation, and you're waiting for like someone to tell you that like everything made sense, like who you are. And that doesn't always come.
Right.
And you're sitting there, oh my gosh, it's giving me a flashback to one of Taylor Swift's songs, Right Where You Left Me.
In the restaurant?
Yes.
I have done therapeutic work around that song. I don't even really like Taylor Swift. I don't hate her, but that one I use in session ever since I heard it. I'm like, you're still at the restaurant.
Okay, pause moment. I had a dream about that whole song, and I like created a music video in my head. It was like the most, this is what she does. She's just so like such a lyrical genius that she creates these imagery. But I just imagined like her zooming back and she's like coming back to life. Like her skin was cracked like an old like painting.
Yeah.
And like it goes back to the moment where she was left, but she was sitting there for so long, and you see seasons pass, you see this restaurant even changed and evolved.
Right.
And that she just sat there in that moment waiting to kind of relive that experience because that's where she felt the most comfort.
Right.
And that's so, I was like, I thought I heard my dogs charging. Storming the Capitol. But no, that's where she felt like the most comfort now. She felt comfort in that.
Well, because you guys, you get to decide when you make the changes. Nobody, even if you are well aware that it means continued patterns, right? You ultimately get to decide when you get up and you leave and you make that change. Nobody can make you change. Nobody can force you to leave these roles behind.
Yes.
Autonomy, you have it in your court.
No, absolutely. You do get to decide. And I think that, of course, us as your therapists, we're always going to say, like, what is your goal? Like, what are you wanting? And we're here for that. But I think at the same time, like, if you are noticing these things, take a look in the mirror.
Yeah.
And are you holding on to things, or are you like, I'm not holding on to things, but you're holding on to a little bit of it? That still keeps you.
It's called sneaky avoidance.
Yeah, it keeps you there.
Right, sneaky
those
avoidance.
Little things that you're keeping, kind of those patterns that you're keeping, or maybe you're bringing them into new relationships, dynamics that maybe just to kind of relive it.
Right. Yeah. Same trauma, same story, different font. Right.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, different font, right? Just because you're writing in cursive doesn't mean it's not the same thing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And so we have a sneaky way of avoiding like change.
Yeah.
Or the favorite one, which I know a lot of therapists will drop, is, I've done the work. That's why I'm so mindful when I say I've done a lot of work. I will never say I've done the work. There is no the in my vocabulary for the work.
Never done.
Right. It's never done. I've done a lot of work. I have a lot of work to do, but I've never done the work.
Yeah. I think even on like past topics, like, of course, the past is the past and you can, reproach it, talk about it. But sometimes just because you feel like you've done the work, you've addressed the trauma,
right?
That doesn't mean like that something new in your life isn't holding a piece of that still. Like, you might talk about like the relationship dynamics you have now and the work related to the past, but something else could still come up, in the future for you. So you're doing yourself a disservice.
Well, that's why when people think that it stops at the like, you can do all the trauma work in the world, and that is hard work. I will not ever say that is not hard work. That is very hard work. The real work is when you put that to the test in the real world, not in session. Yeah. Right. Or maybe sometimes in session with, transference and countertransference and yes. activation and all the things, but like taking those patterns and stepping into a moment where you say, do I follow this old pattern, or am I going to do a very uncomfortable thing and do something different?
Yeah. taking those pauses and addressing, kind of like we saw, kind of walked through like, hey, what are the rules? What am I doing? What did that question we asked in the beginning?
Yeah.
And then what am I doing now that is exhausting me still?
Yeah.
And then I know we've talked on boundaries before. It's addressing those boundaries. It's starting to set those. It's saying, hey, am I letting someone take advantage of me or am I giving too much of myself away? I need to start to adjust that.
Right.
And not worrying about that people pleaser.
Yeah. Letting people be upset, letting someone, like, real time for me would be disappointing somebody. To say saying no to somebody is like my real time real work.
Time that would be real work for you. And then the hyper independence for me would be depending on someone.
Yeah, getting support.
Getting support.
Asking for help.
Asking for help.
Yeah.
And asking for help in that moment and allowing myself to move through that without expecting anything.
Yeah.
Without expecting the floor to drop. You know.
Right.
You know,
right.
so not,
or regulating and grounding while you feel like the floor is dropping.
yes.
Right? Like maybe you still feel like the floor is dropping, but you're grounding yourself in like, hey, this is uncomfortable. Doesn't mean that I'm going to fall through the floor. It just, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
And they aren't going to be these huge dramatic changes like you kind of mentioned. It is going to be these like small action steps and doing it over and over again. And I think that those are those like little steps that'll make those changes all the difference. This role might be so ingrained that it might take a little longer.
For sure.
There's roles that are definitely going to be a little easier to adjust. There's might be some boundaries where it's saying like you have safe spaces. You're going to be like, oh, that was easy. Like, cause you know, there could be some spaces that actually really accept this.
Right.
And there's going to be spaces that aren't. So start with safe spaces.
Right.
Start with safe people. Talk to your therapist about maybe some action steps and what those could look like for your applicable roles, for your applicable decluttering spaces that you're kind of leaning into.
If you haven't caught on, we're giving you, at this point, we're moving into what does it actually look like to declutter this closet that we speak of? What does it look like to do the things rather than just continue to stay in this insight loop, which insight loop is super comfy. I love insight.
We're
I'm like,
okay, I know
what's
wrong with
like,
me.
Shut up.
It's
I already
mine.
know. But what the actual change looks like, and I love that you said it's not this groundbreaking fancy stuff. It's not, you know, this is not me digging. I do EMDR. This is not me digging EMDR, but it's like EMDR isn't going to make the changes for you, right? Like, it's a helpful tool in all the modalities of therapy are, but ultimately it's like a big part of the work is what happens outside of the therapeutic space.
Yeah, exactly. The application of you doing it in real life. And then also, with that being said, you're going to recognize who's pushing back towards this change.
Yeah. Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Ugh. I feel that in my bones.
Yeah, you're like, I felt that in my core.
My people pleasers like,
we all had someone flash into our head of someone who pushes back.
Right.
I swear the amount of names, like I've been gold. Like it's not even always just friends. It's family too. It's things that you're like, okay, these are things I'm doing differently and who's pushing back on that. And then also noticing if something else is coming up, if you're developing different roles or different coping, strategies, or maybe a role is coming up that resurfaced that hasn't been there for a while.
Yeah.
Stay in tune.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like, because I'm just kind of thinking like what happened, like what normally happens when people push back is, again, that's another moment for you to pause and go, remind yourself, hey, that doesn't mean it's wrong.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's wrong.
Conflict does not mean you're wrong.
Right. Pushback does not mean it's bad. It just means like, hey, this is also new for this other person to see you choose something differently. And that's probably super uncomfortable for them.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like you kind of, if we use me as an example of like, Maddie's going to say yes because she always says yes, right? And I say no. I wouldn't be surprised if people got
what?
Yeah. Excuse me? What?
Excuse me? I planned my whole day around you saying yes to this, and now I have to go back and check myself.
Not saying anybody would actually plan their whole day around me saying yes, but what I do mean is like, yeah, it's going to like confuse some people when you start doing something different. Doesn't mean it's wrong. And it's also like, you could also be so for real with people around you and be like, hey, I am making changes. Not that you have to explain that, but if they're...
You don't have to over-explain.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to over explain. You can always explore based on your energy levels and where you are at in that relationship dynamic. Obviously, with me and my partner, I will absolutely explain and
Yes.
explore the
Love
shit out of
that.
that.
With certain people.
With certain people, that is something that does. It's saying if you want effective communication, hey, me saying this, how did that make? Of course, that's therapist me.
Yeah.
I was like, not everyone's dating a therapist. Episode 2, 3, what was that?
4?
Shout
Whatever.
out to episode 3 or 4,
Which we did talk about.
But yeah, there is recognizing that there's dynamics that not necessarily. I don't even want to call it over explaining because that sounds bad, but navigating that deeper.
I always like to make sure I'm huge on paying attention to this culture we've created of making sure we're taking care of ourselves and our needs,
protecting our peace,
but then being kind of like rude to other people.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So that could be a whole other episode.
Oh, we absolutely could.
That would be a good one.
I think it applies here, but I think that there is this kind of stigma of like protecting our peace, but not taking accountability.
Right. Which is why I'm saying, like, if an important person in your life has feelings around your change and they want to talk about them in an appropriate way.
Yeah.
For
explore that with you to help the relationship grow and flourish.
Absolutely. Instead of going, no, I don't have to talk about it with you, which you don't, but like, just let's check the relationship, right? Like, is this a relationship I want to maintain and I care about and, I want to grow? Well, then, yeah, I probably like need to sit down with this person and hear about their feelings if I'm in the space to.
Yeah. I think one of the most, this isn't even, someone said this. I thought about this though before, cause I'm pretty sure I saw it in like a TV show. So this isn't calling out anyone, but the amount of times there's been like relationship dynamics, just like, oh, I already talked about that with my therapist.
It's like,
okay, wait, but this is the person that you're living with and creating a life with. Like I'm talking about partners again, but this is someone that you should be also, hopefully with your therapist, you talked about ways to talk about this with your partner or explore this conversation with your partner.
Right.
But it just shuts it down and it shuts growth down for you. So that piece you're protecting is officially avoidance.
Right. Which is, you have to it's so annoying in the therapeutic space and just in the realm of healing. Guys, nuance is just, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So hear us when we say
like mantras that seem healthy.
Right. Nuance, everyone's different, all the things, but for general rule of thumb, you guys, if somebody's upset with a boundary, we're saying it's okay. We're just emphasizing, hey, if it's a relationship, like a closer, safe one that you kind of need to do some exploring with, be open to that. Is really to take us away from that tangent back onto path of whatever this episode is about.
I love when Maddie gets on her hill and she's like, wait.
I'm like, the plot.
That was a hill I can die on with you.
Yeah.
I will say though, when it comes down to this, we're giving you this kind of pathway to really approaching this, but without action, you're sitting in just kind of acceptance and enabling of yourself.
Right.
Or not acceptance. You're leaning into enabling these behaviors.
Avoidance.
And also just kind of promoting exhaustion for yourself and an overuse of a role that no longer fits your goals and no longer fits.
Which, guys, I'm going to call myself out here. I've been comfortably sitting in exhaustion and avoidance for maybe 2 years now. And I finally messaged a therapist.
Yeah.
Because I had a therapist, and then, some things happened where I could no longer keep that therapist or afford that therapist. She was great, loved her, but could not afford her.
Yeah.
And so I kind of had to find a therapist. So I'm on the hunt for a new therapist because I was getting really stuck in just like opening the closet door, looking through it and then being like, all right, I can't get rid of this top yet. So I'm just going to put it back in there. So that's an example of an action step, is like, maybe it's not something that I feel equipped as a therapist even.
Yeah.
Which no therapist should try to therapize themselves. Let's just be very clear with that. Even as a therapist, I'm saying I'm not equipped to do that by myself. I really need somebody to walk me through that because self can't see self. SOS, send help. So that's like an example of an action step, just so you kind of have an idea of like, let's simplify this path of what we're talking
process,
about, right? So what are we keeping? What are we tossing? What are we reworking?
Yeah.
Right.
So keep, obviously, does this align with who you are and who you want to be anymore?
Yes or no?
And then tossing, this is draining. This is harming me. Like, these are those things that you toss away. So recognizing if it is now having a negative effect on your life. Because, like, again, this might have worked for you then, does not work for you now. So we toss it. And then also reworking. So if we're needing to make changes, this needs boundaries.
Yeah,
this needs limits.
I love that.
So we're needing to kind of, or reframe, like kind of reframe the thoughts that used to kind of be there. Because maybe it was saying, I don't need anybody. I can do this on my own.
Right.
I'm open, and I could probably do this on my own, but I also deserve support.
Yeah, that's like one of those shirts you have in your closet that you're like, oh my God, I love this shirt so much. A moth ate a hole in it. I'm going to sew it up. That would be an example of reworking.
It's like, where is she going with this?
This is literally, honestly, like what it looks like. I use that kind of stuff in session. My patients are like, what shit are you about to say to me now? What weird metaphor or analogy are you going to throw at me?
I love that though.
But I'm like, that's
visual.
I'm visual. I'm like,
I'm a visual person too.
You're sewing up. If we're reworking, you want to keep that piece. It's timeless. It's awesome. Just going to sew it up a little bit.
I am whatever you say I am.
She's good with references. I have no idea
I'm good
where
at
that came
songs,
from.
movie references. I'm
a
girl.
Yeah.
No, but I think whenever it comes down to it, another thing you can recognize is identity check-in.
Mm-hmm.
Check in with your values. Check in on like, hey, the amount of times I do values work before and after treatment, I'm like, who you were in the beginning of the 8 weeks and what you are wanting now is probably different. So let's check in again. And you'd be surprised how many things shift and what you value and what you're putting emphasis on whenever you're going through these kind of healing journeys or whenever you move away from stuff. So what you used to value or hold, sanctity to might have changed and shifted over your time. So give yourself that credit of your growth and reassess who you are, what your needs are, what your values are, and see if your behaviors are in tune with that.
100%. Values work is great. It's the foundation for decision making, right? And kind of gives you the compass of what's aligned and what's not.
Yeah. And then obviously if you don't know, and you can explore that more, maybe you get to start this and you get to identify what your wants and needs are because you're finally connecting with yourself in a way that's authentic to you, not towards a trauma response.
Yep. Yeah, who you are, your needs, what you actually want in your life, right? Like peace versus productivity or, peace versus success. I'm thinking based off of myself for a moment, but looking at like the values. I want peace.
Stability versus, life experiences and moving through those, and trusting myself to move through those no matter what happens.
Yeah.
Where it's like not avoiding stuff that shakes the floor.
Yeah.
Or not leaving before you get left. That was my favorite.
I love when we get vulnerable. I saw it in your eyes for a minute. You were like, not leaving before you get left.
No, I have to, calling myself out for a Taylor Swift song. My anthem, it's still actually my ringtone sometimes is, I never trust a narcissist, but they love me. It's her.
I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one.
Gotta leave.
Is that from her Sneaky era or whatever?
Reputation, baby.
Era.
They say I did something bad.
But it's something so good.
She does know it.
I do.
Oh my gosh, she knew that one, but not Mr. Brightside.
I knew it. It was just in the vault.
That's true. In the vault.
It was in one of my other closets in my head. We haven't opened that one yet.
We brought it back out. But again, just wanted to kind of hit y'all with a reality check this episode. When you're cleaning out those closets, make sure you get all those corners and not the ones that you're just avoiding or that are keeping you comfortable.
Yeah.
Real change comes with real analysis and analyzing.
Yeah.
What's going on and what you're doing day to day. Sometimes it is those more simple things that we don't think are.
Yeah. And it also comes with like, hey, there's the work in letting those things go, right? The grief that comes with it, the feelings that arise because of it, the inevitable truth is that the right way to say it? Inevitable truth?
Inevitable truth? Yeah.
I feel like that's not right.
Yeah.
The truth is.
Inevitable is like saying, hey, like this is going to happen regardless.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't, I'm not thinking straight right now. What's going to happen regardless is you're going to have some feelings around putting these things away.
Yeah.
You're going to feel we got benefit out of them. You're going to lose those benefits, right? Some of them momentarily, those immediate benefits, right? And anything that feels like that gave us that immediate, like, ooh, I know
dopamine. I can say that about all of y'all's maladaptive coping strategies.
100%. We recognize that it did get you something. Yeah. That's what we're saying. We have to grieve that, right? Because there's a long-term way to get those needs met. Right.
That's more effective for you. But I think recognizing too that sometimes the version of you that everyone loves
is the version of you that's abandoning yourself.
Don't cry.
I'm serious though.
No, but it's so true. It is so true.
Dang, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Good one
Should
for bringing that in there.
Should we mic drop right there?
Right. No, that was good. Way to bring that one in the notes. She brought some good
that'll
notes
do
today.
it. Yeah. that'll do, donkey. That'll do.
Yeah.
That's another. You have to know Shrek.
I know Shrek.
Okay.
My God.
You know, there's a number 5 coming out.
Sometimes they just need to know when to stop.
You know what? When they take this long, I don't know. I've been pleasantly surprised by Toy Story.
Well, the iPad one I'm looking forward to. Because, anyway.
Because AI.
But can we go back to that mic drop? Say it again.
Yes. I definitely will. Sometimes the version of you that everyone loves
is the version of you that's abandoning yourself.
Okay,
I need to take that one to my therapist whenever I get her or him.
Hey, she's taking recommendations.
Right.
I feel like it's just like a dating app. Like, hey, so if anyone, we have Madi Alvarez here.
Looking for a fantastic therapist, let me know. I've been on the hunt. I've messaged many people. Anyway, tell me. Do you want to be my therapist?
No, can't.
Hit me with the ethics.
Unethical.
Thank you. Just making sure. That was a test.
just unethical.
Yeah.
I know too much. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Let your best friend be your therapist.
No such thing.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That was not right.
We cannot have a relationship for at least 5 years.
I thought it was 7.
Oh, I thought it was 5. Well, shit. It's not happening regardless. But I think it's like I thought it was like 5. You can't like.
We'll check on that.
Yeah, well,
5 to 7.
We should have an ethics episode, but that might be a little unhinged.
An ethics episode? That would be so boring. Though.
Yeah, that'd be really boring because we couldn't be unhinged about those things.
No, we couldn't. We'd have to be so for real.
We would have to be so for real.
We couldn't even cuss.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, we're losing it.
Any hoozles, it's late, but thank you so much, you guys. Said I'm sorry, mama. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry, but tonight I'm cleaning out my closet.
No idea.
It's Eminem. Okay.
Whatever.
Well,
she's great at that. I'm not.
Hey, what was the keep, toss,
rework? What are you going to keep? What are you going to toss? What are you going to rework? And what are you going to bring to your therapist?
All right, Unhinged besties. That is it for this episode. We love you muchness.
Bye.
Bye.